So hello everyone, in this video we'll be starting a new course which is HTML. So we are jumping into web development and starting a new course on HTML because it is a basic uh, markup language which we'll be using to create web pages. So let's start it and let's see what is actually HTML. Before that, let's see what is the table of contents in which we learn the things in this slide. First, we'll see the overview of HTML, then the history of HTML and the structure of HTML, and at the end, we'll be discussing features of HTML. So there is one very good quote by Martin Fowler is, any fool can write code that a computer can understand. Good programmers write code that humans can understand. So let's jump to our lesson with this beautiful quote. So let's see the overview of HTML first. What is actually a HTML? Let's see that. So HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. It is used to design web pages using markup language. HTML is combination of hypertext and markup language. Hypertext defines the link between the web pages. So you can consider HTML as a basic building block of a web page in which it provides some markup language or some markup tags which we can use to build, for example, buttons. If you want to create buttons in your website, then HTML provides markup for that. And similarly for other components of a web page which you commonly see in the web or a website, you will be able to find that using HTML. You can create that with the HTML. So that is the basic idea of HTML. It provides the basic structure. So for example, if you want to build a house, the basic structure will be uh, like created with the help of bricks and some materials. So that it provides. For building a website, it provides the basic material for that. For example, button forms, images, videos, etc. Markup language is used to define the text document within tag, which defines the structure of web pages. As I've already told you, it provides some tags which will soon understand what is that actually. And then that web pages are created with the help of those tags. This language is used to annotate, make notes for the computer text so that a machine can understand it and manipulate text accordingly. So it provides like some tags which machine can understand and execute the thing which we want on the web or a website. Most markup languages, example HTML, are human readable. Language uses tags to define what manipulation has to be done on the text. So you can consider it like a normal English language, but providing some tags. So you have to just remember those tags for what like what kind of problem, what kind of tags are used. So HTML is just a very simple markup language. You can easily understand that because it is human readable. It is not binary or like any other thing which you cannot understand. It is just a plain English with some basic structure or the common structure. So HTML page types. What type of HTML pages exist in today's world? So actually two types of HTML pages exist. One is a static page. A static page, as the name indicates, comprise static content, text or images. So you can only see the contents of a web page without being able to have any interaction with it. So you are not interacting with the content. You're just like watching it and watching the contents of a web page. For example, in a blog, you just see the content of a web page. You don't actually interact with that. But the dynamic pages are those pages where the content of the page depend on user input. So for example, in YouTube, you click on a video, then it plays, and then if you want to stop that, then it can be stopped. So this is an example of a dynamic page. Static page doesn't have any interaction with the user, but the dynamic pages have. So interaction with the user is required in order to display the web page. So in dynamic pages, the user has to interact with the page, then the content will be visible or any kind of modification will be there. For example, consider a web page which requires a number to be entered from the user in order to find out if it is even or odd. Suppose like you have created a web page which gets your number and then tells you that it is an even number or an odd number, then it is kind of example of a dynamic page because it is dependent on the user input. That's why when the user enters the number and clicks on the appropriate button, the number is sent to the web browser or web server, which in turn returns the result to the user in an HTML page. So you can consider YouTube is a best example for that. So if you click on a video, then it goes to its server, then fetches that video information and then plays that. So this is kind of a dynamic page which requires a server in the in the end, and like it is dependent on your user input or any user input, then it plays something. So there are two kinds of page in HTML, so static and a dynamic page. So let's understand the structure of HTML page or HTML basically. So HTML is comprised of elements and tags. HTML uses predefined tags and elements which tell the browser how to properly display the content. Remember to include closing tags. We'll discuss it like in the next video in the practical manner. Let's understand the theory first. If omitted, the browser applies the effect of the opening tag until the end of page. So elements and tags are the basic elements which I was discussing in the earlier slide, that it provides a basic structure to the web page. For example, if you want to create a button, then it will provide a button element or a button tag. Then it will give you that tag to create that button. So basically it will give you the basic element to create the web page. So this is how elements and tags work in HTML. It is predefined in HTML, so you cannot write anything instead of like button. You cannot write anything to create button. You have to write that element if you want to create a button. So you can see this example of HTML page structure. So you can see that on the left side there is a good example of HTML basic structure. This will be writing in the next video practically. This doc type which you are seeing at the top, which you're seeing here, is the first element you have to write, which tells the browser that it is a type of HTML page. So if you are running this file into the browser, this tag will tell the browser that it is an HTML file. So the doc type declaration is not case sensitive. You don't have to like you can write it as small as well, but mainly we use this convention, so you can use that. Then the HTML tag comes, which is the root element of all the elements. Like all the HTML elements will be contained in this HTML tag, which is the second element. Inside that you can see then the head tag comes, which is the behind the scenes. It works like if you want to fetch some data from a CDN or anywhere, you will be doing that in this head. We'll be discussing that in the later video, so don't worry. And this meta is also one tag which defines the char set or character set which we are using in a HTML page. So character set will be defined like understanding that in the practical manner as well. So character set is nothing but a list of characters which is as a, in which we have assigned some numbers, and that basically converts into binary by the browser or into the machine code by the browser. Then the body comes. This is the main element which user sees in the page. In here your all the element goes, like the heading, button, form, everything goes inside this body. And then body element displays that into the browser window, like which you normally see. The websites is already always present in this body, so the content is always present in the body. So the main content is actually in the body. An HTML document can be created using any text editor. We'll be discussing that in the practical manner in the next video. Uh, Save the text file using HTML or STM. Once saved as an HTML document, the file can be opened as a web page in the browser. So when we have saved that file with the .html or .stm extension, then we can open that inside the browser easily. Process of HTML, like how can we create an HTML file and run it into a browser. So first we have to code a basic HTML, which we have already seen just now. Then we have to save it with the .stm file or .stm extension. Then we run it on a web browser easily. Any browser, in any browser we can run that. So in Chrome or Firefox, anywhere. So let's see the history of HTML, like how it is started actually. So the HTML history is very old. You can think of one physicist, which is Tim Berners-Lee. In 1980, he was a contractor at CERN, CERN, Propose and Prototype Inquiry, a system for CERN researcher to use and share documents. In 1989, Berners-Lee wrote a memo proposing an internet-based hypertext system. Berners-Lee specified HTML and wrote the browser and server software. In late 1990, that year, Berners-Lee and CERN data systems engineer Robert Calalli collaborated on a joint request for funding, but the project was not formally adopted by CERN. In his personal notes from 1990, he lists some of the many areas in which hypertext is used and put an encyclopedia first. So basically, the physicist Tim Berners-Lee was a contractor at CERN. He wants to create a system which in by which we can share the documents easily. So he wrote a memo program or like hypertext program, which is now HTML. So by the use of that, they were able to actually share the documents easily. So this was his plan to create this. So till then, the versions of HTML language or HTML markup language have evolved. So you can think of the first version, which was launched in 1991, which was a version 1.0. Then in 1995, the 2.0 came, and in 1997, 3.2 came, and then the 4.01 in 1999, and in 2000 the XHTML, the fifth version of HTML came, and this is the sixth version of HTML, which is named as HTML5. So I don't know why, like it is actually the sixth version, but the naming is HTML5. So it was launched in 2014, and it is the latest version of HTML. So what is the feature of HTML actually? So the features of HTML is, or the advantages of HTML is, it is a simple markup language. You can easily understand that. It is just very easy to understand it because it is simply an English, just having some like less than and greater than symbols. It is used to create a website. We can create a website easily with that. Helps in developing fundamentals about web programming. Whenever you want to create a like web programs or web applications, you have to know this HTML markup language. So this is the basic thing you have to know. Boost professional career. You can boost your professional career by learning this. If you know HTML, then that's a great idea. If you want to jump into the web development, it is supported by all browsers. So HTML is supported in all the browsers. That's why they are like browsers, I think. It can be integrated with other languages like CSS, JavaScript, etc. So we can also link CSS and JavaScript in this. We'll see in the future slides or in the future practical videos. It is easy to learn and easy to use as it is very simple language, so you can easily understand that. It is platform independent, so you can run it on any platform like in Linux, Mac, or any Windows machine. You can write HTML in anywhere or any platform. What is the disadvantage of HTML? So HTML can only create static web pages. So we talked about this like static and dynamic pages. So HTML is if we are creating a simple application or simple website or web page with the help of HTML. If you don't use any other thing, if we simply use HTML, then it will be always a static web page, not a dynamic page. So for creating dynamic page, we need to like add dynamic content in that, or dynamic languages we have to use like JavaScript or PHP. Uh, for that, by using that, we can make the web page dynamic. A large amount of code has to be written to create a simple web page. So this is one drawback of this. Like if you want to simply print your name, you have to write all the basic structure of HTML, then you have to write your name inside the body. So this is very hard to digest that for writing a simple thing, you have to write the page completely. Security features is not good. So HTML is not very secure actually. If a site is only built on HTML, so it can easily be hacked by hackers. So it is not good in security. So this is one disadvantage of this. So congratulations, you have completed lesson one. I hope I didn't bore you, but it happens sometime. So we'll actually learn the HTML and write our first HTML page in the next video. So let's wait for that, and thank you for watching. Let's meet in the another one.